up, Wastelanders? Christopher here, Gaslands NorCal. Thanks for joining me once again for another conversion video. Now, if you've watched my channel for a while, first of all, thank you very much. Second of all, you know that I've done lots of vehicles. I've done some team builds, but not as much as just the regular builds that I've been doing. So, kind of getting into kind of a rut, just doing all these conversions. So I reached out to my buddy, Bo Algren, asked him, you know, what should I do for a video this weekend? He's like, you know what, why don't you do a team build? Well, I've done a lot of Rutherford teams and a lot of Highway Patrol teams. Love Rutherford. Highway Patrol is easy. Cop cars, everything else. I've done some slime, but not a whole lot. So I figured, you know what? I will do a slime team build this time. This time I'm going to do a Baja truck and kind of make it into a buggy in this classic 55 Nomad. Now for the colors, normally with slime I'm always thinking like green. Maybe that's just the grognard in me, but this time I'm going to switch it up. Thinking about using either this dark plum or royal purple, maybe a combination of the two, something in there to make it kind of a purple slime ichor type thing. Going to be using these decals from Rust Belt Customs. Going to love his decals. He does some great stuff. So let's get this all together and see where we go. But first of all, you know what we got to do? Get these babies apart, get them into the strip. Alright, so we're all primed up and looking all clean and everything else. Love the detail on these ones. So like I said, I'm going to be using the purple, dark plum, royal purple for the castings. But to do the decals, since they're clear decals, I need a lighter background. So I'm probably going to mix the dark plum with some dark ivory just to lighten it up for the areas that I'm going to put the decals and stuff on. Probably going to do both of these in the royal, well, maybe the dark plum, and then I'll like do some accent panels and stuff, or stripes or something in the royal purple, and then like I said, mix these two for the areas with the decals. So yeah, let's get these things painted up and we'll see where we're at. Let's do it. Alright, we're all painted up, got some accents going on with the dark plum and stuff. Looking pretty good. Looking kind of Batman, you know, ish, whatever. Before we get them back together, we're going to do a little bit of the grime on there. This time I'm going to go with the sepia, Seraphim sepia. Instead of doing the Agrax, I'm kind of thinking some different stuff with the corrosion and rust and everything else. It's going to look different on this purple, so have some ideas. We're going to run with that and see what happens. So at first, let's get these things all grunged up, and then we'll get them back together. Let's do that! Alright, we're all put back together, and got a little bit of the grunge going on with this sepia. Not looking too bad. Got this all blacked up. It was like a yellow plastic. Just going to dry brush that silver to make that pop out a little bit more. Before we do that, we're going to get all the decals and stuff on there. And like I said, these decals, they're clear, so hoping that this area is light enough that it's all going to show through and look good. So first, let's get those on there. Next, after we do that, start getting the wheels and weapons and stuff painted up. I got a bunch of stuff picked out, and I'm going to get all those painted black and dry brushed. But yeah, first, let's do some decals. Right on. Looking pretty good. The lighter color is allowing the actual decals to kind of show through, so that's good. Next, we're going to move on and get some of the armor and weapons and stuff painted up while these set and dry. The wheels I got from Angel of Combustion on Etsy, and some other ones that I printed off of Thingiverse, I think it is. A lot of the armor, actually all the armor, I got from Dennis Bryson. And the weapons are coming from Warlock 3D. So we're going to get these all painted up in black and dry brushed, and then we'll start getting everything back together and see where we're at. But yeah, it's coming along well. Alright, the decals and everything are all set on there, looking pretty good. Got some of the minor details and stuff on there, like the headlights and taillights and stuff going on. Looking pretty good. I'm going to go on to like the first round of chipping, weathering. I'm going to use the MIG Dark Rust to do the chipping, just because this is so much darker on the purples and everything that the regular brown chipping solution probably wouldn't show up that well. So this is a little bit more orange, as you can see. Haven't used this stuff before, so this is going to be the first go round and see how it does. So yeah, let's get this stuff chipped up with the dark rust, or rusted up with the dark rust, however you want to say it, and we'll see how they look before we get the wheels and the weapons and everything else going on. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, that looks really, really cool. Love it when I find new paints, new techniques and stuff to work. Love how that looks. Like I said, I don't think that regular dark brown would have really showed up that well, but this stuff is just perfect. I'm going to have to remember this for future builds when I'm using darker paints and stuff. That's just awesome. So next we're going to move on to get the wheels and everything on there. Got them all picked out and painted up and everything. After that, we'll start getting the weapons and armor and stuff on there, and these things will be getting one step closer to the wastelands and creating some carnage. So yeah, let's get some wheels on. Alright, we are all wheeled up. I'm looking pretty badass. Loving how these things are turning out. Glad I picked the purple. This gives it a totally different vibe with the slime and everything. Next, we're going to get the armor and the weapons and rams and stuff on there. And then we'll dust them up and do some final touches, and these things will be good to go. So yeah, looking really good. Let's get it all armed. Alright, arms and armor and stuff are all on there, looking pretty good. Had to add some more spikes and stuff on there since slime gets some free rams and stuff, so I had to do some side stuff. Lastly, we're going to do a little bit of the orange rust on there before we do some dusting, and then these things will be good to go. So yeah, looking really good. I'm really liking how this purple and stuff's turning out with the slime. So let's get a little more rust on there, dust it up, and then these things will be ready for the wastelands. Let's rust it. And there we have it. One custom slime team all ready for the wastelands. With his Baja Truck and this 55 Classic Nomad, these things are just badass. Love how the armor and everything and the weapons just kind of fit all together. The decals from Rust Belt Customs obviously brings everything together as a team. Just looking totally awesome. I'm really glad I found that new rust from MIG, Dark Rust, to work with the dark paint. Really came in clutch. Love that. If you enjoyed this video, you learned something, do me a favor and hit that like button. My goal is to do weekly videos, whether they're vehicle builds, terrain builds, whatever. So if that's for you, please hit the sub button below and ring the bell to get notified when new content drops. I do sell all my builds pretty inexpensively on my Etsy page, so if you want to pick something up, see what else I've done, you can even request a custom build. Until next time, keep your foot on the gas and your finger on the trigger. Gaslands NorCal, signing out.